Hello, hello, hello. Hello. Okay, narinig po ba ako? Audible po ba yung ating audio? Okay. Okay, so let's start answering your Q&A with regard to your technical writing 1 and 2. Okay, so I hope malinaw po tayo kasi medyo medyo malakas yung ulan, so baka anytime or any soon bumagal yung internet. So kapag bumagal po yung internet, kindly message in our comment section so that we can adjust the rationalization with regard to your Q&A. Okay? Now, so let's answer now for number 1. Okay? Now, sabi na number 1, ano daw ang hinahanap natin? We're looking for what? Number 1, dalawang false, isang true. So, ang hinahanap daw natin, dalawang false, isang true. Okay? 2 false. And 1 true. Okay? So, yan ang kailangan natin tandaan with regard to our number 1 subject. Okay? Now, determine which statements are referred in this situation. Now, statement number 1. Ang affiant po ba ginagamit natin sa affidavit? Saang term o saan yung pwedeng matagpuan ng salitang affiant? It is located or found saan? Affidavit. So, tama na ang affiant ang ginagamit natin for affidavit. How about for declarant? Okay? Saan naman natin ginagamit? Is it used for our sworn statement? Yan po ba ang ginagamit natin? Yes. So, ibig sabihin pala, kapag affiant, ang term na nagbibigay ng kanyang document, ng kanyang affidavit ay tatawagin nating affiant. At yung tao nagbibigay ng kanyang sinumpaang salaysay ay tinatawag nating declarant. Therefore, statement number 1 is true. Okay? So, therefore, statement number 1 is true. Okay? Now, statement number 2. Okay? Statement number 2. Affidavit of two disinterested persons should be filed by a stranger having personal knowledge of the subject person. Now, kapag nga ginamit natin ang affidavit of two disinterested, ano nga pong klaseng document yan? Okay? Affidavit of two disinterested. Pero, anong kailangan problema ang pinag-uusapan natin? May problema daw tungkol saan? There is a problem with regard to what? Anong problema? Kapag yan ang pinag-uusapan, there is what we call discrepancy. So, merong problema saan? Discrepancy with regard to what? Sa kanyang personal info. Sa kanyang mga personal information. Na ginagamitan natin ng alin? Okay? Personal information na kung saan ginagamit natin for what? Sa konsepto ng ating mga legal papers. Such as what? Yung mga birth certificate nga na ating nabanggit. So, ibig sabihin pala, kapag merong problema or discrepancy sa inyong pangalan at ginagamit natin, okay, kailangan natin ipaayos yan. So, to acknowledge now the error na meron sa ating mga legal documents, we can use your affidavit of two disinterested. Pero sino ang nagpa-file? Yung tao po bang merong problema sa kanyang pangalan? Is that or those people? Sila po ba ang magpa-file ng tinatawag nating affidavit of two disinterested person? Sila po ba? Are they the ones to file for this particular affidavit? No. Okay? So hindi sila magpa-file. Sino magpa-file? Who files? Sino nagpa-file? Who file? Sino magpa-file? Is it stranger? Yan po ba is stranger? Ilan ang kailangan? Ilan ang kailangan? Ilan? Dalawa. Now, so therefore, ano sinabi natin? Tama po ba ang statement number 2? Will statement number 2 now a correct answer? Is it true? Is it true? Statement number 2? Is it true? Ha? Tama po ba? Tama po ba? Is it correct? Is it correct? Yes or no? Is it correct? Yes or no? Why? Bakit mali? A stranger. Okay? Anong nakalagay? A stranger. Now, ilan niya ang kailangan? We needed what? Ilan ang kailangan natin kapag two disinterested? Dalawa. So kapag ang nakalagay dyan, a stranger, ano ngayon ang interpretation? 1. Ilan ang kailangan? Dalawa. So therefore, statement number 2 is a what? False. Okay? Statement number 2 now is a false. Okay? So sabi natin, kailangan na magpa-file strangers. na anong meron dapat? Strangers na merong personal knowledge. So tama sana. Ang problema, based on the grammar rule, isa lang ang nakalagay. A stranger lang ang nakalagay. So definitely, kapag ganyan ang ating pag-uusapan, mali na po ba yan? Yes. Okay? So tandaan na, this is technical writing 1 and 2. And as part of your technical writing 1 and 2, kailangan po ba i-observe natin ang rule ng grammar? Yes. Okay? So for statement number 2, it is now incorrect. Statement number 3, kung ikaw daw yung affiant, sabi dyan, kung ako yung affiant, I would take an oath before the notary public to free me. Kailangan mo daw manumpa para kung sakaling man na ikaw ay nagsisinungaling, wala kang liability. Tama po ba? Kapag under oath ka at napatunayan na ikaw ay nagsisinungaling, wala ka po bang liability? No. Kaya ka nga under oath kasi kailangan mong sabihin na alin, ang katotohanan na lahat kung magkakataon man that you are lying now under oath, pero ka po bang possible criminal liability? Yes. So therefore, statement number 3 is incorrect. Okay? It is now a false statement. So therefore, pwede ka maging liable for what crime? You may be now liable for what crime? Affidavit. Okay? Affidavit. Liable for what crime? Kasi nagsinungaling ka under oath, pero nakasulat for the crime of perjury. Okay? So this time, magiging liable ka ngayon for the crime of perjury if napatunayan po natin na ikaw ay nagsisinungaling sa loob ng isang affidavit. Now, statement number 4, or wala daw false. No statements are false. Is that correct? Wala po ba diyang mali? O meron diyang mali? So kitang-kita naman natin, merong false, dalawa. So hindi pwedeng tama ang 4. Okay? Now, sabi ni statement number 5. Sabi ni 5, yung statement number 4, mali. Mali daw. Tama po ba? Mali po ba yung statement number 4? Yes. So this is now true. Okay? So ibig sabihin, tingnan ang ating label dyan. Statement number 1 is true. 2, 3, 4 are false, and 5 is true. Now, anong hinahanap? Dalawang false, isang true. Now, 1 is true. 5 is true. 3 is false. Now, anong hinahanap? Dalawang false, isang true. So, hindi pwede ang statement letter A. Okay? So, hindi natin pwedeng isagot ang letter A. Why? Kasi ang hinahanap, dalawang false, isang true. Now, bravo. 1 is true. 2 is false. And 5 is true. So again, anong hinahanap? Dalawang false, isang true. Hindi dalawang true, isang false. So hindi rin pwede ang bravo. Now, Charlie or Delta? You switch. Charlie or Delta? Charlie or Delta? Alin po dyan? Charlie, tingnan natin. 2 is false. 4 is false. 5 is true. Delta, 1 is true, 3 is false, and 5 is true. So therefore, anong hinahanap? Dalawang false, isang true. Charlie. Okay? It is now Charlie. So for number 1, the right answer is Charlie. Okay? Kasi ang hinahanap po natin is dalawang false, isang true. For number 1, we will be answering Charlie. Okay? We will be answering Charlie. So tingnan po kung paano natin sinagutan ang number 1. 2. Sa isang affidavit, ano nga ang pinanunumpaan? Katotohanan. So we are swearing to what? To the truthfulness of an affidavit. Now, is it correct na kapag affidavit, affiant nga po ba ang taong nanunumpa? Affiant nga po ba? Yes. So statement number 1 is true. Okay? 2. On the contrary, kapag ang judicial affidavit ay ginamit daw natin, bumibilis po ba ang trial? Bumibilis po ba ang trial? This expedites now the trial and accounts no more direct examination. Tama po ba? Yes, bumibilis. At kapag merong judicial affidavit, tama po bang nawawala ngayon ang direct examination? Tama po ba? Sabi natin, kapag bumibilis ang judicial, tama bang walang judicial direct examination? Yes. So kapag merong judicial, walang direct examination. Kapag merong direct examination, walang judicial affidavit. So therefore, statement number 2 is correct. 3. Solicit. Kapag merong word na solicit, we can found this, it is now located where? Matatagpuan natin yan saan? Saan nga yung matatagpuan? At what part of the document? Located where? At the upper left. Okay? Located now at the upper left. Pero anong tinutukoy niyan? It refers to what? Anong tinutukoy? The place. Now, anong nakalagay kay number 3? Contents. Okay? So nakalagay dyan yung tinatawag nating contents. So kapag contents, averments, pero kapag lugar kung saan nagawa ang isang affidavit, that should be a solicit. Pero dahil dito anong nakalagay? Yung solicit daw, specific contents. So are they contradicting? Yes. So dahil magkasalungat yung dalawa, so mali ang statement number 3. Okay? So statement number 3 is now incorrect. So sabi na 4, lahat daw yan ay tama. Tama po ba lahat? No. Merong mali. And what is that? The statement number 3. So statement number 4 is now incorrect. Now, anong tinatanong sa atin? Question. Hanapin daw natin anong question ang bagay na itanong. Kapag sinagot mo yung mga yan, anong question daw ang magandang itanong? Now, dahil tanong ang ating pinag-uusapan, hindi na natin pwedeng isagot ang bravo. Kasi bravo is not a question. So lahat ng question na ano meron? Question mark. So lahat ng merong question mark, yan po bang i-consider natin? Yes. Now, so anong tanong ang pwede nating itanong with regard to these answers? So tingnan na. Tingnan, anong tanong ang pwede po nating itanong with regard to these answers? Now, kapag sinagot natin ng alpha, dalawa daw dyan ay incorrect, dalawa dyan ay correct. Okay? Now, kapag sinagot naman natin ng Charlie, anong hinahanap? Sabi ng Charlie, stating falsity. Okay? So kapag Charlie ang sinagot mo, lahat daw yan ay mali. Pero kapag ang sinagot mo naman ay delta, lahat yan ay tama. So yung alpha, dalawa tama, dalawang mali. Yung Charlie, lahat mali. Pero yung delta, lahat tama. Pero based on our answer, lahat po ba yan ay tama? No. Lahat po ba yan ay mali? No. So therefore, what is the answer? Alpha. So we will now be answering alpha. Which of the following entails what? 2 incorrect and 2 correct statements. So number 2, that is alpha. 3. Anton went to the office of attorney, a lawyer, to sign his affidavit and ordain that he promised to tell the truth. Upon arrival at the place of notary public, the secretary asked whether he took an oath to tell the truth and responded yes. However, his affidavit was denied and was not accepted by the office to whom it was addressed. For instance, that the secretary is a lawyer as well. For what scenario will render his signature for the affidavit to be invalid one? Okay? So sabi dyan, dito sa scenario na yan, sabi natin si Anton daw, assuming that Anton is a lawyer as well. Pero, kailan daw i-consider na yung kanyang pagperma sa isang affidavit is invalid? A, he was not a notary public. B, the affiant took an oath before someone who is not a lawyer. C, he forgot to put his signature, which is strictly needed for his affidavit. D, he forgot to take the oath of an affiant for which is exclusively necessary to conform with the requisites to validate the document. Now, anong reason? What could be the possible reason? Okay? So the possible reason is what? Abogado ka. Pero, you are not a what? A notary public. So dahil hindi ka notary public, you are not entitled to what? To notarize a document. Okay? So kailangan notary public ka. At ano nga yung dalawang requisites? Para maging notary public, you must be a member of the bar. So kailangan, abogado, you must be a member of the bar. And, ano pang kailangan? Kailangan meron kang alin? notarial commission. Okay? So kailangan meron kang certificate allowing you to what? Allowing you now to what? To perform a notarial act. So hanggat wala kang notarial commission, hanggat hindi ka pinapayagan, yes, abogado ka, pero you are not entitled, you are not vested with a power to what? To give notarization. So for number 3, the reason why Anton, who is also a lawyer, cannot render is what? A valid affidavit for the reason that he is not a notary public. So for number 3, that is alpha. 4. Provide. For instance, the second lawyer is not present, and you have brought an affidavit of loss, tempted filled with details and information therein, and accidentally signed this name outside the presence of you are signaling that you did it voluntarily and willingly. Now, kapag nakita mo ang salitang voluntarily, gusto niya, siya ang nagbigay, anong part ng affidavit ang tinutukoy? What part of an affidavit is now being referred to? Kapag nakita mo ang konsepto ng voluntariness, what is part? What is this part being referred to? This is a part of what? A part of an affidavit which is referring to what? Ano nga yan? Sabi mo, ikaw ang nagbigay, ikaw ang pumirma, at pinirmahan mo yan voluntarily. Pinirmahan mo yan willingly, nang walang ibang pumipilit sa iyo. Therefore, what is being referred to? Anong tinutukoy? That part is the part of what? Acknowledgement. Okay? So sabi natin, yan po yung part na tinutukoy natin with regard to what? To your acknowledgement. Now, can you sign the acknowledgement even outside the presence of a notary public? Pwede mo bang mapirmahan yan kahit hindi mo kaharap yung abogado? Pwede. So ibig sabihin pala, yung ating tinatawag na acknowledgement, pwedeng pirmahan sa harap ng abogado, pwedeng pirmahan even without the presence of the lawyer. Why? Kasi ang acknowledgement, wala yung alin. There is no what? Wala yung alin? Wala yung panunumpa. So dahil wala yung panunumpa, we are not mandated to be present sa harap nino ng isang notary public. At kung hindi naman tayo mandatory na kailangan kaharap ang abogado, therefore, meron po ba yung legal consequence? Meron po bang epekto yan? Pwede po bang maapektuhan ang legality at validity ng sinasabi nating affidavit? Will it affect the validity? Yes or no? Yes or no? Pwede po bang maapektuhan? Yes or no? Pwede ba maapektuhan? Yes or no? No. Bakit? Sir, bakit no? Why no? Ano sinabi natin? So kahit saan pwedeng mapirmahan. So kahit dahil ang tinutukoy natin ay kahit saan pwedeng mapirmahan. Therefore, hindi po natin kailangan or wala yung epekto kung sakali man daw that the acknowledgement is signed even outside the presence of the notary public. So therefore, the answer is what? No. Kailangan ko ba ng paliwanag? No need. So I don't need an explanation why. Kasi walang alin. Walang why. Okay? So wala akong pakialam sa paliwanag. Kahit pa tama yung Charlie, wala akong pakialam dyan. Bakit? Kasi hindi ko naman tinatanong yung paliwanag. I am only asking about what? Meron po bang legality? Epekto sa legality and validity ng affidavit? Wala. So the answer is now, bravo. So wala tayong pakialam sa paliwanag. We are just asking kung merong legal effect. So the best or the correct answer is what? Bravo. Pero sir, pwede ko bang isagot si Charlie? Pwede. Kung tinatanong natin na merong paliwanag. Okay? So kung merong why, Charlie ang sagot. Pero dahil walang why na nakalagay, you do not consider now the explanation with regard to the subject. Kailangan lang natin tingnan yan kapag merong why. So dito, wala namang why, sagot lang ng yes or no, no. Bravo. So for number 4, that is now bravo. Okay, number 4, that is bravo. 5. Marlon, so a stabbing incident at Legarda Street to which he reported to the police. He was asked to provide his personal knowledge in a sworn statement, which later on could be used on legal proceeding. He provided all the details he could remember. The case has been filed. Now, the case involves what? Above 6 years. Above 6 years. Now, due to fear, he insisted to the prosecution that he cannot stand before the court as he is afraid for his life and what will happen after. However, the accused did not allow the prosecution to submit a judicial affidavit. Now, hindi daw pinayagan na mag-submit ng judicial affidavit. Now, pwede ba po bang pilitin ng prosecution na mag-submit? Pwede ba natin pilitin? Kailan ba sinabing mandatory yan? Kailan nga yan mandatory? Yung judicial affidavit? Yung alternative natin sa isang oral testimony? When is it mandatory? When na kailangan nating mag-submit ng tinatawag nating judicial affidavit? Kailan? Kapag anong kaso? Civil. Or kapag criminal. Pero ano kailangan penalty? Not more than 6 years. Okay? Not more than 6 years. So, ibig sabihin pala, dito, kapag ang penalty ay 6 years and below, do I need to ask for the approval of our defense with regard to the submission of a judicial affidavit? No more. Kasi sabi mismo ng Supreme Court, basta ang penalty 6 years and below, anong sinabi? Hindi na kailangan magpaalam. Mandatory tayong mag-submit ng tinatawag nating judicial affidavit. Pero dahil yan ay more than 6 years, it is now a matter of what? Discretion. So it is now a matter of discretion. Pero kaninong discretion ang pinag-uusapan? Sino ang kailangan pumayag? The defense. Now, so ibig sabihin, kailangan pumayag ng defense. Now, let us assume, sir, hindi pumayag ang defense. Can you submit a judicial affidavit? Pwede pa ba?
Recording in progress.
Pwede pa ba? Yes or no? Bawal na. Kasi anong sinabi? Kailangan pumayag muna nino ng ating defense. So kapag ayaw ng defense, wala tayong magagawa. Kaya kapag walang judicial, ano nga ang babalik? Babalik ang alin? Ano nga ulit ang pagpapakita? Your direct examination. So ibig sabihin pala, okay? So ibig sabihin pala, kapag present ang judicial, walang direct. Kapag merong direct, walang judicial affidavit. Pero dito, ayaw pumayag ng defense na makapag-submit ang judicial ang prosecution. Pwede pa daw po bang pilitin? No more. So bawal na. So we cannot answer. So we will not answer delta. Now, may nakalagay, why or why not? So mayroong paliwanag. Now, basahin ng choices. Now, what is your answer? Kapag choices ang titignan natin, what is the correct answer? What do you think is the answer? Kapag titignan po natin yung sagot, yung mga pamimilian, what could be the possible choices of answers? What could be? Alin dyan? No. O alpha? Ano sinabi? The use of judicial affidavit cannot be invoked to be used as the case involves what? A penalty of 6 years and above. 6 years and above. Ano yung penalty? Ano yung penalty? More than 6 years. Now, nagtutugma po ba? Nagko-complement po ba? No. So, hindi pwede ang alpha. Okay? So, hindi pwede ang alpha. How about Bravo? Pwede po ba ang Bravo? Ano sinabi? Ang judicial affidavit daw, pwede lamang gamitin. Can only, nakalagay, can only be used, okay, for those penalty having what? 6 years. Now, kapag 6 years lang ang sinabi, doon mo lamang pwedeng gamitin. So, ibig sabihin ba, pwede daw po ba o mag-a-apply ba yung 5 years? No. Kasi ang nakalagay mismo, only for the penalty of what? Only for the penalty of 6 years. So, dahil dyan, ang penalty is only 6 years. Diyan lang po ba mandatory na gumamit ng judicial affidavit? No. So, hindi pwede. Kasi sabi natin, mandatory ang judicial kailan? Kapag 6 years and below. Not only for the penalty of 6 years. So, Bravo is not correct. Charlie? No. The use of judicial affidavit cannot be used as the case is not specifically mentioned. Now, naglagay po ba tayo ng direct na kaso lamang na pwedeng mag-submit ng judicial affidavit? No. Ang sinabi lang with regard to what? With regard to the penalty. Pero wala po tayong sinabi na kailangan ito lang yung kaso na pwedeng mag-file o mag-submit ng judicial affidavit. Therefore, it cannot be Charlie. Ay wala namang ibang sagot. Echo. Okay? So the closest answer now is echo. Now, is there merong paliwanag? Merong why or why not? Now, tingnan kung paano po natin sinagutan. Tiningnan muna natin lahat ng pamimilian na merong paliwanag. So hindi porket merong why or why not, kailangan lagi merong paliwanag. Tingnan muna lagi, tama ba yung paliwanag? So kapag yung paliwanag dyan mali, ipipilit pa po ba natin ang sagot? No. So punta tayo saan? Sa pinakamalapit. So this is what? This is your so-called best answer. Okay? So ang tawag natin kay echo is the best answer. So hindi pwede na maging correct answer yan. Sir, bakit hindi pwedeng correct? Eh yan yung sinagot natin. Kasi kapag correct, may no, may paliwanag. Correct yan. Kung merong no, may paliwanag. Pero, tingnan, anong ginawa po natin? Tinignan natin lahat ng paliwanag. Pero upon analyzing now the explanation, nung tinignan natin yung paliwanag, tama po ba yung paliwanag? No. So dahil mali naman yung mga paliwanag, hindi natin pwedeng ipilit. So we cannot coerce to answer Alpha. We cannot coerce to answer Bravo or Charlie because the explanation itself is not correct. So dahil ganyan, anong sinabi? We go now to what? To the closest answer, to the best answer, which is which? Echo. No. Okay? So number 5, that is echo. So I hope nakakasunod po tayo ha. Tingnan kung paano natin pinapaliwanag. Okay? Look at how do we explain the question. Kasi kailangan gamitan ng critical thinking or application ngayon yung ating mga board question. Okay? So hindi lang basta-basta magsasagot na porket merong paliwanag, agad yun agad. So tingnan lagi, tama ba yung paliwanag? So kung mali yung paliwanag, you always go to what? To the best answer. Hindi man yan yung tama, pero yan yung pinaka malapit. Now, number 6. Affidavit. Saan ginagamit? Saan ginagamit ang affidavit? Used for what? When you say solely, it means only. Okay? So kapag sinabi po natin solely, only. Now, is it only used for legal proceeding? No. Kasi ang affidavit pwede saan? Correct. Pwede now for your personal use. So kapag sinabi mong solely, dyan lang natin gagamitin. Wala nang iba. So ang affidavit daw, ginagamit lamang natin for a legal proceeding. So hindi pwede. Kung mali ang 1, mali ang 3. Kasi sabi ng 3, lahat daw yan ay tama. Now, while a sworn statement is only for the same. Ang sworn statement daw, ginagamit lang natin for legal proceeding. Is that correct? Ang sworn statement, ginagamit for legal proceeding alone? Yes. Now, dalawa daw ay tama, isa ay mali. Tama ba? Dalawa ay tama, isa ay mali. Decide whether this is now tenable. No. Why? So, ano yung sagot? What is the answer for number 6? What is the answer now for number 6? It is what? Ano dyan? Alpha. Isa ay tama, dalawa ay mali. Alpha. Okay? So for number 6, that is now alpha. 7. Ano bang pinakang tinatanong? O basa? It is important that a police report must possess several characteristics to make an effective one. Such characteristic that must be satisfied is that it must be brief and short. So kapag brief and short, ano yan? Wala. Kapag brief and short, anong characteristic? What is the characteristic referred? Kapag brief and short, maikli ang report. It is what? Concise. Okay? It is now concise. Kapag walang concise, pwede ang alin? Brevity. Okay? So kung wala ang concise, we may answer now brevity. Pero yan po ba ang tinatanong natin? Yan po ba ang tinatanong? Is that are we asking? No. Anong sinabi? Most important characteristic. Okay? At kapag most important, we are asking for what? Kapag ang tinatanong pinakamahalaga, it is now what? Your timeliness delta. Okay? So tingnan, may brief and short. Ang problema, yan po ba ang tinatanong? No more. So dito ang tinatanong natin is what? The most important characteristic, timeliness. Kapag accuracy, anong characteristic? Kapag accuracy, kailangan ang police report must be what? Exact and precise. Okay? So kapag accuracy, kailangan ang police report must be exact and precise. Okay? Eksakto dapat at precise. So hindi pwedeng may binabago tayong facts kasi kapag may binago tayong facts, pwede po bang mabago rin ang ating report? Yes. So for number 7, that is delta. Okay? Number 7, that is delta. Now, for number 8, ano ba ang tinatanong natin? Ma-inform, classification. Kapag inform ang hinahanap, primarily anong tinatanong dyan? If it's now informing, pinapaalam na meron akong nakita na nangyari. Anong kasi report yan? Pinapa-inform lamang kay superior. What kind of report is that? Spot, initial, or preliminary. Okay? So kailangan daw, kapag with regard to informing your superior officer, kailangan daw nating mag-file ng spot, initial, or iwat preliminary. Pero, anong sinabi? Ano po ba ang tinatanong natin? Classification. At kapag classification, meron tayong dalawa, formal or informal. So kapag walang informal, walang formal, walang informal, hindi natin isasagot. So hindi pwede ang alpha. Hindi pwede alin? Ang bravo. Delta. Charlie. Okay? So therefore, the answer now is what? Classification, dalawa lang. Formal, informal. Pero dahil wala siyang formal, isa lang ang sagot natin, informal. At kapag informal, it is now an individualized report. It is now an individualized report. So ibig sabihin daw, okay, isa lang. So kapag pinagsama-sama natin, tatawagin natin now as a formal. Okay? So kapag combination ng napakaraming report, that is a formal report. Okay? So that is now your formal report. Pero dahil wala namang formal dyan, at isa lang ang pinag-uusapan, spot, initial, or a preliminary, wala tayong ibang sagot, only what? Informal. So for number 8, sorry. 9. Alin daw dyan sa mga natotoo? Ang last will po ba, kahit notarized, is it still a public document? Kahit dumaan sa konsepto ng tinatawag nating notarization, is it still a private document? Yes. So tama pa rin number 1. Okay? So that is the only exception na sinasabi natin na kapag ang document dumaan sa tinatawag mong notarial act, always remember, it will always be a what? A private document. Okay? So yan lamang yung exception natin. Kasi lahat ng document na dadaan in the process of a what? Notarization all becomes now a what? Public, except for your last will and testament. 2. Affidavit. Hindi daw kailangan ng notary public. Hindi ba kailangan mapirmahan ng notary public yan? O kailangan? Kailangan. So, ibig sabihin, kapag hindi kailangan, namamali po ba yan? Yes. So, statement number 2 is now incorrect. Statement number 3, Silicet. Saan matatagpuan? Upper left. Tama po ba? Yes. Pero again, kapag Silicet, ano nga ang pinag-uusapan? Is it averments? Is it contents? No. So, wala tayong pakialam sa contents. We are looking for what? For the place of the execution. So, hindi pwede ang 3. 4. Si affiant po ba pumipirma sa isang affidavit? Is it the affiant, the sign, at nanunumpa sa isang affidavit? Siya po ba? Siya po ba nagbibigay ng information? Yes. Now, sabi ng 5, dalawa daw sa nauna ay tama. Dalawang statements. May dalawang statements daw dyan na tama. Yes. So, tama ang 1. Ano pa? Tama ang 4. Tama ang 5. Sorry. Okay? So, tama ang 1, tama ang 4, tama ang 5. Sorry. 10. What is the answer? Swearing now to the truthfulness of an affidavit required to guarantee that it is now executive without malice of lying under oath. Any proving lying under oath, one must be punished in accordance with the law. If Argeline is an affiant of her affidavit of loss and a legal document is signed while she was at the mall, yet still valid. Now, yung part daw ng affidavit saan napirmahan? Sa mall. So, nasa mall. Itong part ng affidavit napirmahan sa mall. Pero valid pa din. Yet, it's still valid. Kung yan ay napirmahan sa mall at valid pa din, anong part ang pinag-uusapan? What part? It is now a what? It is now the part of your, okay, acknowledgement. Kasi kapag acknowledgement, saan napirmahan? Outside the presence of a notary public. Pero regardless of whether it is signed inside or before the or outside the presence of a what? Notary public, anong sinabi natin? Will it affect the concept of its validity? No. Will it affect the concept of its executory? No. Kasi anong sinabi? Pinapayagan po ba ng acknowledgement na mapirmahan yan in any place other than the notary public? Yes. So kapag yan ang pinag-uusapan, acknowledgement. Pero kapag jurat, ano mang basa nyo dyan? Okay? Jurat, tandaan, anong sinabi? Saan lamang pwedeng pirmahan? Saan lamang? Can only be signed. Before what? Before the notary public. Kasi nga, anong kailangan mong gawin kapag kaharap si notary public? Anong kailangan mong gawin kapag kaharap si notary public? Anong kailangan? Mag-take ng oath for your affirmation. Okay? So, mag-take ng oath or ng iyong affirmation. So, number 10, that would be what? That would be now bravo acknowledgement. 11. Alin dyan? Para matawag daw natin na valid ang isang affidavit. Valid and binding or binding ang isang affidavit. Anong kailangan? Okay? Now, si Jap daw na isang abogado. Okay? Ay, di pala. Si Jap ay nag-took an oath in the presence of a lawyer with no MCLE. Now, kapag wala pong MCLE ang isang abogado, okay? Pwede po bang matanggal ang kanyang temporarily? Wala pong effect lahat ng kanyang pinipirmahan? Yes. So parang licensed criminologist din yan. Kapag hindi updated ang lisensya mo, okay? So ikaw ay illegal. Ikaw ay alin? Ikaw ay considered as colorum. So kailangan po ba updated from time to time ang ating CPD? Yes. Same with the lawyer. So kapag hindi ka updated, wala kang MCLE, tandaan, you are not entitled to practice as a lawyer. Until such time na kailangan makuha mo po ba yung mga trainings na yan? Yes. So mali ang 1. Tanggalin ng delta. Now, so wala naman 3. Huwag nang pansinin sa 3. Now, 2. Pumunta daw si JP sa kanyang sister, sa kapatid, at doon pinirmahan ng acknowledgement. Valid or invalid? Valid or invalid? Valid. So, pasok na ang 2. Tanggalin si Charlie. Now, tama po ba yung number 4? Is statement number 4 correct? Yes or no? Tama po ba ang statement number 4? Si Dexter Akfayan, pumunta sa isang abogado, took his oath, the requirements to tell the truth, and nothing but the truth, gamit ang acknowledgement. Now, kapag nanunumpa ka ulit sa katotohanan, anong kailangan part? Anong part ang kailangan mo daw para pag nanunumpa ka sa katotohanan, it is what part? Anong part? Hindi an acknowledgement. It must be what? It must be jurat. Okay? So therefore, hindi pwede ang 4. So the answer is what? Alpha. So the answer now is alpha. So for number 11, that will be alpha. Okay? 11, that is alpha. So, type. Type ulit. O tingnan ang question stem. Type. At kapag type, dalawa lang lagi. Informal or formal. Okay? Informal or formal. So, wag na isagot si alpha, si bravo. Now, ano ba ang hinahanap natin? Ilan ang document? Isa o madami? Isa o madami? Ilang document ang hinahanap? Isa o madami? Ilang document? Ilan? Isa o madami? Finality. Isa o madami? Isa. So, kung isa yan, is it what? Kung isa yan, therefore, we are referring to what? Kapag isa lang, informal. So, for number, ano yan? For number 12, Charlie. 12, that is now Charlie. Now, 13, which is true regarding about what? Type of police report. So, type ulit, formal or informal. Hindi daw dyan na totoo. For a while lang ha, for a while. I know ba? Yan, patay ko na to. For a while lang ha, for a while, for a while. Okay, wait lang, for a while. Wala. Okay? Now, for number 13, okay? Which is true about type of police report. So, dito naman ang tinatanong po natin is the type of police report. So, babalikan lang natin ang definition. Formal, compilation. Informal, isa. Okay? Formal, collection. Informal, isa. Now, tama po ba ang statement number 1? Tama po ba ang statement number 1? Informal report is a single report? Yes. Ang problema, sabi ni number 2, mali daw. Mali daw sa statement number 1. Mali po ba? No. Kasi nga, di ba tama? So, mali ang statement number 2. Now, pero sabi ni statement number 3, mali daw si number 1 o si number 2. Mali po ba si number 2? Tama po ba si number 2? Kasi correct. Tama daw si number 2. Tama ba? Tama ba? Ayun na nga, oh. May X na nga, oh. Tama po ba? No. 4. Formal report addresses daw a compilation of all reports. Is it compilation? Is it compilation? Yan po ba ay pinagsama-sama kapag formal? Yes. So therefore, alin dyan? Therefore, alin po dyan? Sa mga yan, ang true about police report. Ilan ang true? Ilan ang true? Ilan ang true? 1 and 4. Ilan ang false? 2. Now, therefore, 2 are true, 2 are false, alpha. 2 are true and 2 are false, alpha. So for number 13, that is alpha. 14. So ganun pa rin. Anong hinahanap? Type. Tingnan lagi agad. Pag medyo mahaba ang tanong, ang technique dyan, to save time, tingnan mo lagi yung question stem. So dahil ang tinatanong natin is what? Is a type. Ano lang ang type natin? Formal and informal. Therefore, ang galing ng operational, fact-finding. Any what? Summary information report. Short. Okay? So yan lang ang ibang sagot dyan. That is now summary information report. Informal report. So number 14, that is sorry. Okay? 14, that is sorry. 15. No. Anong tinatanong? Categories. Ilan ang categories meron tayo? According to his police report, 3. Okay? According to his police report, we have 3 categories of police report. Now, ano yung 3? We have your summary information. Ano ba? We have your internal business. And we have your what? Operational. Okay? So according to our categories, meron tayong 3. Your what? Summary information, internal business, and your operational. Now, si performance, purpose. Si problem solution, purpose. At si informal, type. So isa lang ang pumasok again. Sorry. Summary information. Okay? Summary information. So for number 15, it is now sorry. Okay, so for number 15, it is now sorry. 16. Patrolman Vesky use numbering to present facts. Now, how do you write your police report? Is it numbering? Yan po ba yung naka-number dapat? How do you write a police report? Ano nga yung definition natin? It is your exact narration of facts. So, paano nakasulat ang police report? Narrative. It is not in number 3. Now, so sabihin mo, ayaw pumayag, matigas ang ulo, pinagpilitan. Now, do you think si Patrolman Whiskey, incorrect ni correct? So kapag sinabi natin incorrect ni correct, negative, positive. Okay? So kapag negative and positive ang rule natin dyan, we're looking for what? Kapag yan ang nakalagay, incorrect ni correct, negative and positive, anong mangyayari dyan? The statement still becomes a what? Negative. So sa tingin mo daw ba, mali si Patrolman Whiskey, yes or no? Na ang ginamit niya ay numbering. Yes or no? Yes. So lahat ng no, tanggalin. Okay? So lahat ng no, tanggalin. Now, is it alpha or bravo? List. Alpha or bravo? Ano yan? Alpha or bravo? Sabi ng alpha, ang list daw, narrative. So, sabihin, hindi effective ang narrative. Kasi list effective eh. Pero, yung bravo, list, effective yung numbering. Okay? So, alin dyan ang nagtutugma? Alin dyan ang tugma sa isa't isa? Bravo. Okay? So, it is now bravo. Okay? Bravo. So, for number 16, it is now bravo. Kasi yung alpha, contradicting. List daw, pero narrative. Ano nga ba ang narrative? Is it the best and effective methods in writing now a police report? Yes. So, hindi pwede ang alpha. 17. Anong part? Ang kailangan daw present ka sa harapan ng abogado. Anong part? Ang nare-require kang present to appear before the notary public. This time, kailangan. Kasi kailangan daw mag-appear. At mapirmahan lang yung part na yan, doon lamang saan? Sa harapan ng ating abogado. Now, what is this part referring to? Anong part yan? This is what? This is your jurat. Okay? This is now your jurat. So for number 17, that is bravo. 17, that is bravo. 18. Now, is it similar with the question number 17? No. Okay? So hindi magkatulad yan dalawa. This time, dito anong tinanggal? Tinanggal yung salitang only. So hindi kami na mandatory ngayong magpakita. You are not mandated to appear before the notary public. Pero pwede kang magpakita, pwedeng hindi. Therefore, anong part ang tinutukoy? What part of an affidavit is being referred to? It is what? It is your pwedeng acknowledgement at pwede ang jurat. Charlie. Kasi ano sinabi? Magpapakita pa rin. Magpapakita pero hindi ka mandatory. Okay? Appears before the notary public and fill in this portion therein. So pwede dyan ang jurat, pwede dyan ang acknowledgement. Kanina, bakit jurat lang? Kasi only doon lamang daw natin pipirmahan yung tinatawag nating part of a what? Of an affidavit. So number 17 or 18, sorry. 19. Ang basa? 19. Jurat is the acknowledgement of an affiant. Stating na siya daw ang nagbigay ng kanyang affidavit. Anong topic ang pinag-uusapan sa first statement? Jurat or acknowledgement? Anong topic ang pinag-uusapan with regard to your first statement? So hanggang dito muna, affidavit. Jurat or acknowledgement? What is the subject of the statement? What is the subject of the statement? Jurat or acknowledgement? Jurat. Okay? It is now jurat. Now, kapag jurat ba, yan po ba ay tumutukoy na ikaw? Yan po ba ay tumutukoy sa part ng affidavit na ikaw ang nagbigay ng iyong affidavit? Yan po ba yun? Yan po ba? Yan po ba yung tumutukoy na ikaw ang nagbigay ng iyong affidavit, yung jurat? No. Kasi kapag sinabi natin jurat, anong sinasabi lang nan? It's about a what? It's about swearing now to what? To the truthfulness. Pero hindi mo sinasabi na ikaw ang nagbigay ng isang affidavit. Okay? So for number 19, that cannot be a correct statement. So ano sinabi? The former is correct, so mali ang alpha. Mali ang delta. Now, tama po ba ng acknowledgement hindi kailangan ng panunumpa? Tama po ba? Ng acknowledgement hindi na kailangan ng panunumpa? Yes or no? Hindi kailangan panumpaan ng katotohanan ng isang affidavit? Yes or no? Yes. And the latter is, the former is incorrect, and the latter is what? Correct. Sorry. So for number 19, that is now Charlie. 19, that is now Charlie. Okay, 19, that is Charlie. 20. Valid pa rin po ba ang document kapag ang acknowledgement na pirmahan outside the notary public? O paulit-ulitan binabanggit kanina pa na kapag acknowledgement, is it allowed to be signed outside the presence of the notary public? Yes. So, alin dyan? Alin po ba ang tinutukoy natin? Ayan tinutukoy, jurat or acknowledgement? Acknowledgement. Sorry. Acknowledgement, Charlie. Okay, so number 20, that is Charlie. Now, 21. 21. This is the voluntary sworn declaration of written facts na kailangan daw panumpaan sa harapan ng notary public. You say what? So kapag merong involvement ng notary public, so dahil merong notary public, it is what? It is your affidavit. It is your affidavit. So kapag laging involved, tandaan ha, kapag laging involved, ang tinatawag po nating alin? Ang tinatawag po nating notary public, primarily, it is referring to your affidavit. So kapag walang presence of a notary public, pero kailangang panumpaan, that is your sworn statement. Okay, that is your sworn statement. So kapag merong notary public, affidavit. Kapag wala, sworn statement. So number 21, that is Bravo. Okay, 21, that is Bravo. 22. Si Apayan po ba pumipirma sa kanyang affidavit? Yes. Okay, so si Apayan ang pumipirma sa kanyang affidavit. Now, hindi daw kailangan present ng Apayan kapag affidavit. Pwede po ba na absent ang Apayan during the time na nanunumpa at pumipirma tayo sa affidavit? No. Hindi pwedeng absent. 3. Ang first statement daw ay mali. Mali po ba? Mali po ba? No. So, anong sagot dyan? What is the answer? Ilan ang false? 2. Is it first? False po ba ang first? No. So, hindi pwede ang Charlie. Kasi nakalagay, false daw ang first and third. False ang second. Pero hindi ang first. Now, 2 statements pa rin ay false. Pero this time, kasama pa rin si first statement. So, pwede po ba? No. So, hindi rin pwede. Okay? So, hindi rin natin pwedeng payagan. Kasi dito, first statement is still a false. Now, so alin dyan ang pinakantama? Ang third statement mo ba ay tama? Tama mo ba ang third statement? Is that correct? Yes or no? No. So therefore, the answer is what? Bravo. Okay? So the answer for here is now Bravo. So for number 22, it is now Bravo. One statement is false, and that is your second statement. Now, 23. The most effective form of writing an affidavit is question and answer. Tama po ba na kapag gumagawa ka ng affidavit, Q&A ang gamit? No. Kasi kapag affidavit, it should be what? It should be a narrative format. It should be written out in a what? In a narrative format. So, hindi pwede ang 1, 2. Kapag accurate. Ano nga ang definition natin accuracy? As per our characteristic. Kailangan is what? Kailangan is what? Anong kailangan? To make it accurate, kailangan it is what? Kailangan it must be needed to be what? Exact and precise. Exact and precise. Now, ano nakalagay dito? Short and brief. Now, kapag short and brief, anong characteristic yan? Kapag short and brief, anong characteristic yan? Anong characteristic kapag short and brief? Concise. Now, the question is, are they complementing? Tama po ba na kapag accurate, short and brief? Tama po ba na kapag accurate, short and brief? Is that correct? Yes or no? No. So, mali din ang statement number 2. Now, compiling all reports are categorically called as formal. Tama po ba? Kapag pinagsama-sama natin, formal yan? Yes. Now, select a false statement. Okay? One is true. One is true or false? True or false? May isa po ba diyang tama? Yes. So this is true. Dalawa po ba dyan ay tama? Dalawa po ba dyan ay tama? Dalawa po ba dyan ay tama? No. False. Dalawa ba dyan ay mali? Dalawa ba dyan ay mali? Yes. Now, may isa diyang mali. Now, tingnan ang pinagkaiba. Yung Charlie, may dalawang mali. Pero yung Delta, may isang mali. Pero hindi niya sinabing isa lang ang mali. Sinabi lang ng Delta, may isa diyang mali. But I am not, or the Delta is not stating na isa lang ang mali. Pero meron daw diyang isang mali. Now, may isa po ba diyang mali? Yes. True. Therefore, anong statement ngayon dyan ang false? Anong statement ngayon ang false? Bravo. Okay? So that is now bravo. So for number 23, it is bravo. 24, nakita ang sworn statement. Nakita ang notary public. Ano ang tawag sa tao na bibigay ng kanyang notary public sa isang notary public? Ng kanyang pinanumpaan, anong tawag? Affiant. Alpha. 24, that is now alpha. 25, alin ang hindi kasama sa loob ng isang judicial affidavit? Which among the following is or are not included in the judicial affidavit? Kailangan po ba merong pangalan ng witness? Yes. So kailangan present yan. So lahat ng merong one, tanggalin. Kasi anong hinahanap? Hindi kasama. Okay? Kasi we are asking for not included in the judicial affidavit. Okay? Now, yung 2. Kasama po ba yung pangalan ng abogado? Kailangan po ba kasama ang pangalan ng abogado? Yes. Charlie. So for number 5, that is now Charlie. Why? Bakit daw Charlie? Why do you think it is now Charlie? Kasi kanino dapat sagot yan? Is it the answer of the lawyer? No. It should be the answer of the witness. O kung gusto mong isagot ang abogado, it should be what? The question asked by the lawyer and not the answers made by the lawyer. So, hindi pwede ang 3. That's why for number 25, sorry. So, for number 25, that is now, sorry. 26. Anong affidavit ang tinutukoy? May problema sa kanyang pangalan. May discrepancy. 2. Disinterested persons. Now, sino nga ang nagka-file? It is filed by whom? Sino nga po ang nagka-file? By strangers. Ilan ang kailangan? Ilan ang kailangan? 2. At kapag sinabi natin strangers, kamag-anak po ba? No. So, hindi pwede ang magulang. At lalong hindi pwede yung tao mayroong problema sa kanyang pangalan. Now, alin dyan? What is the answer now? What is now the answer? Strangers or child? Now, kapag strangers, ano kailangan? Personal knowledge. Now, yung best friend mo ba na hindi mo kailangan kamag-anak, kadugo, yung best friend mo na hindi mo relative, is that considered as strangers? Yes or no? Yes. Kasi kapag strangers, hindi ka mag-anak. Hindi dapat natin kamag-anak kapag stranger. Pero kapag isasagot mo yung alpha, strangers yan. So therefore, meron po ba yung personal knowledge kapag strangers yan? No. So dito, wala yung personal knowledge. Kasi literal po ba yung stranger? Yes. Pero yung Charlie, na best friend mo, is that a strangers? Are those strangers? Yes. Pero hindi mo daw kamag-anak. So meron po bang, meron bang tinatawag nating personal knowledge? Meron. So the answer is what? Charlie. So for number 26, that is Charlie. Okay? So hindi porket merong strangers, agad-agad yan ang sagot. Tingnan ha, best friends who are not related to him or her. So number 26, Charlie. Now, 27. Ang judicial affidavit mo ba, pwede maging subject of direct examination? Pwede ba? Pwede ba? Pwede ba magkaroon ng direct examination sa isang judicial affidavit? Ano sinabi natin? Hindi pwede magkaroon ng coexistence ng dalawa. Kasi kailangan kapag mayroong judicial, walang direct. So ibig sabihin, ang judicial affidavit, hindi pwede ang tinatawag po nating alin, direct examination. Kung meron mang examination, anong klaseng examination yan? Papayagan ng alin? Ano pwede? Ano pwede? Ano lamang, sabi natin, pwede maging subject of examination ng judicial kapag anong examination na? Is it still direct? Is it still direct examination? No more. It becomes now what kind of examination of the witness? What kind of examination? Cross-examination. So therefore, mali po ba? Yes. So hindi pwede ang delta. Now, alin dyan? Hindi pwede ang bravo. So we cannot allow now bravo. Now, therefore, alpha or Charlie. Alpha or Charlie. Alpha or Charlie. It is a what? Alin dyan ang tama? Alin dyan ang tama? Kapag sinagot mo ang Charlie, is it a redirect examination? It should be what? It should be what? It should be cross. Hindi pwedeng alin. Hindi pwedeng redirect. Alpha. Okay? No, only oral testimony made by the witness can be the subject of a what? Of a direct examination. Okay? So, ang pwede lang maging subject of direct is the concept of your oral testimony. Okay? Oral testimony. So, dito, ang sagot is what? Alpha. Now, can you submit judicial affidavit during the trial? Pwede ba? Pwede ka ba mag-submit ng judicial affidavit for during the trial? Pwede ba? No. Echo. So wala nang paliwanag pa. Wala tayong why, kaya hindi kailangan ng paliwanag. So kahit tama pa yung ibang sagot dyan, wala na tayong pakialam. Kasi we do not need no more the explanation. We just needed to answer yes or no. Echo. Okay? So for number 28, that is echo. 29. O ito, wiretapping. Wiretapping is related sa konsepto ng RA 4200. Now, wiretapping, anong ginagawa? Sir, nagre-record. Anong nire-record? So there is a what? There is a recording. Anong nire-record? Isang private conversation or nagtapping. Nakikinig. Okay? Recording or tapping a private conversation. Pero dito, yung ginagawa niyang pakikinig, yung ginagawa niyang pag-record, walang consent. Walang consent. So there is no consent. So para magkaroon ng violation with regard to your what? To your wiretapping act, anong sinabi? Walang consent, walang paalam. Ni-record, tinapa isang private conversation. Now, sir, meron na po bang violation of the wiretapping? Yes. Pero generally, hindi pwede. Generally, general rule, Bawal ang wiretapping. General rule, bawal ang wiretapping. Okay? So, hindi pinapayagan ang wiretapping kapag ang pinag-uusapan natin is what? Any. Kahit pa sabihin natin na, sir, pinagbantaan akong papatayin wala tayong pakialam. So, hindi mo yan pwedeng i-record kahit pa pinagbantaan kang papatayin kasi yan is prohibited by your wiretapping act. Now, merong exception. Exception, kapag merong court order. So kapag merong kautusan, so kapag nag-utos si court, o sige, officer, nag-request ka, papayagan kita. Pero hindi pwedeng lahat i-record. Kasi dito, meron lamang crime na pinapayagan. Pasok ang crime of treason. Pasok ang crime of rebellion. Pasok ang crime of sedition. Pasok ang crime of what? Ano pa? Piracy. Pasok ang crime of espionage, mutiny, terrorism, and your kidnapping. Pero hindi pasok ang konsepto ng robbery. Okay? So kahit halimbawa, si law enforcer pala nag-request, Sir, Judge, Your Honor, may narinig kami, magkukomit ng robbery. Pwede po bang payagan ni Judge na mabigyan ng court order? No. So hindi papayagan ng ating judge magkaroon ngayon ng court order. But the problem here is what? Binigyan ni Judge ng order. So sabi ni Judge, o sige, bigyan kita ngayon ng wiretapping order. Now, was the court incorrect? Mali po ba si court? Mali po ba? Yes. Yes. Okay? So mali ngayon si court. Kasi kailangan, kung papayagan kita, pasok ka under the crime of your Title 1 of your Revised Penal Code and your Title 3, some of the crimes within your Title 3 of the Revised Penal Code. At ang robbery, wala po dyan. So kailangan related muna saan? Public safety. So hanggat hindi related sa public safety, hindi pwedeng bigyan ng ating wiretapping court order. Now, hindi pwede ang alpha. Sabi ng alpha, walang exception. Okay? So wala daw exception. Kapag alpha ang sinagot mo, wala daw yung exception. So bawal daw literal ang wiretapping activity. How about Bravo? The judge now, is it correct? For it is now a violation of Title 5 ng Revised Penal Code. Now, ano ang Title 5? Title 5 of the Revised Penal Code is what? Yan po yung dating batas with regard to your drugs. Yan yung opium. Yan yung dating crime with regard to the opium until such time na na-enact ang ating RA 9165. Therefore, the answer is what? Charlie. Why? Kasi ang sabi is what? Robbery is excluded therein. So, hindi daw kasama ang robbery. Okay? Kaya ngayon mali si Judge. Judge is now incorrect for he granted now the wiretapping court order. So, that cannot be allowed with regard to your what? With regard to your wiretapping. Okay? So, hindi pwede ang robbery, bawal ang murder. Okay? Kahit meron pang pagbabanta, bawal pa rin yan. Okay? So, that cannot be allowed. 30. Robbery with homicide. Saan niya ang record? Record. Saan ang record? Record. Kapag record, ano nga tinatanong natin? We're asking for what? Ha? We're asking for what? Saan ang record ng robbery with homicide? Robbery with homicide. Saan ang record? Saan ang record? Record ang tinatanong. The crime committed. At ano ang crime? Ha? What is the crime committed? The crime committed is your robbery with the homicide. Sorry. Okay? Pero kung ang tinatanong natin is what? Counting. Kung ang tinatanong natin po ay pagbibilang, saan ang bilang? Bravo. Graver penalty. Pero dahil tayo lamang ay tumutukoy saan? Sa konsepto ng record, we cannot allow to answer bravo. Kasi ang tinatanong crime. Ang tinatanong record, saan ang record? For the robbery with homicide, Charlie. Robbery now with homicide, Charlie. Okay? 30, that is your Charlie. Now, during the search, during search, kapag wala daw camera, sabi ng Supreme Court, kapag nagkakanta ka ng warrant of arrest, kapag nagkakanta, ay, hindi mo na, wag muna ang warrant of arrest. Kapag nagkakanta ka ng search, merong search warrant, kailangan laging merong camera. Pero sir, paano pag walang camera? Nagkataon lobat, nagkataon sira ang camera natin. Now, what happens now to the evidence? What happens now to the evidence? All evidence now are considered what? All evidence now are considered what? Dahil hindi po natin na-record yan, wala tayong patunay na wala po yung alteration, wala yung tampering. Therefore, all evidence now are considered what? Alpha. Inadmissible. So tanda na, kapag nagpe-perform ka ng search and seizure at walang camera na nakakapture dyan ng ating the way kung paano natin kukunin yan, remember, always remember, na kapag walang camera, all evidence are now considered inadmissible. Okay? So kapag search na pinag-usapan, inadmissible. So for number 31, that is alpha. 32. Epekto daw sa ebidensya naman during arrest. So dito ang pinag-uusapan naman is about warrant of arrest. Okay? So it talks about warrant of arrest. Now, kapag walang camera naman, during the arrest, anong sinabi ng court? Valid ang arrest. Okay? So kapag arrest ang pinag-uusapan, walang camera, arrest is still valid. How about search? How about the evidence? Okay? How about the search? How about the evidence? All evidence collected are considered now what? Admissible. So tingnan muna ang pinakang pinagsimulan, pinanggalingan. Okay? So kapag ang pinag-uusapan po natin is what? So kapag ang pinag-uusapan natin is your what? Your arrest. Wala na. Kapag ang pinag-uusapan is your warrant of arrest. Always remember the concept of what? Balikan lang lagi ang konsepto ng tinatawag nating arrest. So kapag valid ang arrest, lahat ng ebidensya po natin makukuha kahit wala pa yung camera is what? Considered admissible. Pero kapag search ang ginagawa at wala tayong camera, always remember na kapag walang camera during the search, all evidence are now considered inadmissible. Pero dahil ang tinutukoy natin is what? Arrest. What is the rightful answer to answer? What is the answer? Ano ang tamang sagot na isagot dyan? The answer is what? Charlie or Delta? Charlie or Delta? Alin po dyan? Charlie or Delta? Sabi natin, arrest ay valid. Evidence are admissible. Alin dyan? Alin dyan? What is the answer? For number 32, that is what? Ano po ba ang tinatanong? Ebidensya na. So wala tayong pakialam with regard to what? Wala tayong pakialam with regard to the pieces of, wala tayong pakialam with regard to what? To the validity of the arrest. So wala tayong pakialam dyan. Alam na, titingnan natin yung ebidensya. At lahat ng ebidensya are considered what? Admissible. Sorry. Okay? All evidence are now considered admissible. So for number 32, that is Charlie. Okay, 32, that is now Charlie. 33. Ang hinahanap, mali. Okay? So we are looking for What are the false statements? Okay, what are now the false statements? Now, sa police blotter daw, ire-record daw natin yan. Kahit daw yung mga hindi nirespondihan ng police officer. Naka-record po ba? Ha? Naka-record po ba? Kahit hindi nirespondihan? Halimbawa, merong barilan. Sabihin natin, sir, merong barilan pero hindi naman nirespondihan yan. I-record ba natin? Tingnan natin mamaya. Now, kapag merong mali, do we draw a horizontal line? Yes. So, tama ang 2. So, lahat na meron 2, tanggalin. 3. Ang SIRAS daw ang output ng IRF. Ano ba ang nauna? IRF or SIRAS? Anong nauna? IRF or SIRAS? It is what? Ano na nauna? SIRAS. So sabi dito, yung SIRAS daw ang output ng IRF. So kapag i-interpret natin yung Charlie, yung 3, nauna yung IRF bago ang SIRAS. So mali ang 3. So lahat ng walang 3, tanggalin. Now, four. Sabi ng 4, meron daw isang mali dyan. Meron na po ba tayong mali? May mali na po ba diyang statement? Yes. Delta. It is now delta. So for number 33, that is now delta. Okay? Now, 34. Anna, as investigator, is about to make her investigative report. She deducted a report at a case she is investigating as a probable cause. Now, kailangan daw mag-file ng kaso. Now, nasa ang step na po si Ana ng ating writing of a police report ng pagsusulat. Nasa ang step na, sabi niya, kailangan mag-file ng kaso. At kapag kailangan mag-file ng kaso, nasa ang stage si Ana. Nag-gather pa rin po ba siya ng facts? No. Nasa recording ba si Ana? No. So, nasa na po si Ana? Sabi niya, kailangan nating mag-file ng kaso. So, nasa na si Ana? Evaluation or writing? Is in what stage? Nasa ang stage si Ana? Saan si Ana ngayon? Ana is still in what? In the writing stage. Okay? Kasi kapag evaluation, trabaho po nila yan. Kapag evaluation, it is now the job of whom? Kaninong trabaho yan? Ang evaluation, trabaho na ninyo yan. Trabaho na po yan ang tinatawag nating superior officer. At hindi ni Ana bilang investigator. So for number 34, delta. 35. Now, kapag ang letter galing kay superior, papunta kay subordinates. Superior papunta kay subordinates, ano daw ang gagamitin natin? Memorandum 2. Memorandum 2. Now, kapag ang letter naman, nagmula kanino? Nagmula kay subordinates. Sino pinapadalan? Superior. Memorandum 4. Memorandum 4. Pero kapag parehas lang ng ranggo, okay? The rank is the same. Anong sinabi? Parehas ng opisina. Anong sinabi? Memorandum 2. So 35, that is bravo. So 35, that is now bravo. Okay? 35, that is now bravo. 36. Bago daw siya magbigay ng kanyang deduction. Bago lang si Ana magbigay ng kanyang conclusion, anong tawag? So bago ang writing, anong ginagawa? Bago ang writing, drawing, gathering, recording, organizing writing. So bago ang writing, it is what? Organizing. Okay? So it is now number 36. Now, kapag ang kausap mo ay superior, ikaw ay subordinate, sir, patrolman patrolman ka, at ang kausap mo ay chief officer, paano ang letter? Casual, impersonal, formal, or informative. So kapag casual, equal ang rango. So kapag casual, equal ang rango. How about kapag impersonal? Superior, si chief. Sino kausap? Subordinate. Okay? So si chief, kausap ang kanyang subordinate. Pero kapag mas mababa ang rango, pataas. Formal. Okay? Formal. Sorry. So for number 7, that is now Charlie. Okay, 37, that is Charlie. Now, 38. Kasama o hindi kasama? Hindi kasama. So dito, tinatanong natin yung mga hindi kasama daw na ilalagay as part of your police report. Now, sama ang 4. So hindi na pwede ang delta. Kasi ang tinatanong natin, hindi kasama. Now, so hindi mo pwedeng isagot ang 2. Kasi wala nang 2 sa pamimilian. Now, how about 3? Sabi ng 3, yun lang daw warrant of arrest na na-issue ang i-record. Pero yung mga warrant of arrest na hindi po natin na-execute, yung mga warrant of arrest na hindi po natin nagawan ng execution, hindi daw naka-record. Incorrect. So pasok ang 3. How about police misconduct? Kapag merong ginawang kabulastugan ang mga pulis, ilalagay pa rin po ba natin yan sa ating police report? Police misconduct, sa ating police matter, sorry. Nakalagay pa rin po ba yan? Yes or no? Kasama ba? Kasama pa rin yan. So, ano lang hindi kasama? 3 only. Okay? So, ang hindi lamang kasama ay 3 only. So, for number 38, that is short. 39. In the rule of the counting mechanism, which is different from the recording, ang unang binanggit, counting. Second, recording. Saan mo daw ilalagay ang parricide? Saan mo ilalagay ngayon ang infanticide? Kapag ang pinag-uusapan ay subsequent. Now, alin po ba dyan subsequent? Alin po ba yung nauna? Ayan ang nauna. Counting. So, ang subsequent pala is what? Recording. So, saan ang record ng parricide at infanticide? Saan ang record? Saan ang record? Saan ang record? Record. The crime committed. Saan ang record? What is the crime committed? Ano po ba ang crime na nakomit? What is the crime? The crime is what? What is the crime? Parricide. What is the crime? Infanticide. Therefore, the answer is what? Down. Therefore, the answer now is delta. Kasi anong tinatanong natin? We're asking for what? The crime. Record. Record of the crime. So, ang tinatanong po natin, saan mo daw ilalagay ang tinatawag nating parricide at infanticide sa kanilang respective crimes. So, number 39, that is delta. 40, pinatay ang iyong illegitimate grandmother. Now, what is the crime committed? Pinatay. O crime committed ang tinatanong ko. The crime committed. Pinatay ang iyong illegitimate grandmother. Pinatay ni Tina. Tina killed her illegitimate grandmother. What is the crime? Will it fall in the crime of parricide? Mapupol po ba yan for the crime of parricide? Yes or no? Pwede ba? Pwede bang magkaroon ng crime ng parricide? Yes or no? No. Therefore, so wala kang infanticide, wala ang parricide. Now, pwede po bang magkaroon ng qualifying aggravating circumstance? Pwede ba? May nakita ka ba na isang QAC dyan? May nakita ba qualifying aggravating circumstance? May nakita ka ba? Yes or no? Wala. So therefore, what is the crime committed? The crime is what? Hindi infanticide, hindi parricide, hindi murder. Therefore, the crime is what? Robbery. Number 40, that would be now robbery. Frustrated murder, saan ang record? Frustrated murder, saan ang record? Saan? Saan ang record? Frustrated murder. Record. So again, kapag record, the crime committed. So what is the crime? Frustrated murder alpha. Now, attempted theft, walang injury. Saan ang bilang? Are you going to count? Attempted theft. Are you going to count? Bibilangin pa mo natin yan. No more. Attempted ang theft. Anong sinabi natin? What did we say? Ano po sinabi natin kapag attempted theft? Attempted robbery, attempted rape. Lahat ng mga yan, hindi na binibilang. Pero are they still recorded? Yes. Pero ano ba ang tinatanong? Bilang. So hindi na binibilang, pero yan ay krimen. Alpha. Okay? So for number 42, that is alpha. Now, ang hinahanap, yung tama sa paggawa ng police blotter. Narinig ba ako? Am I still audible? Kasi medyo maingay eh. Okay. Okay? Kasi medyo maingay, malakas yung ulan. Okay? Still audible pa rin pala. Okay, now, sabi natin, nakalagay. Sino naglalagay ng information sa SIRAS? Sino naglalagay ng information na going to our SIRAS? Sino maglalagay? Papunta pa lamang sa SIRAS. SIRAS pa lang. Sino maglalagay? Pwedeng investigator. Kapag krimen. So kapag hindi krimen, sino maglalagay? The duty police officer. Okay? So investigator, duty police officer, and not the desk officer. So mali ang one. Now, anong crime ang pinag-uusapan? Rape. At kapag rape, saan nalagay? Saan nalagay? Kapag rape, blue or black? Blue or pink, sorry. Blue or pink? Saan nalagay? Blue. Now, sino nga naglilipat from IRF? Going now to the police blotter. Sino naglilipat from IRF? Going now to the police blotter? Si desk officer. Lahat daw ng yan ay tama. Lahat po ba ay tama? No. 3. Now, so alin dyan? Anong hinahanap? Yung tama lang ang hinahanap. Now, alin dyan ang tama? Isa lang. Prop. So number 43, that is now prop. 44. Sino nga naglilipat from IRF to the police blotter? Sino nga po naglilipat from IRF now going now to our police blotter? Sino maglilipat? Desk officer prop. Okay? Now, ano sagot? O basa? Number 45. Ang sagot? Supreme being is what? Ano yan? Merong konsepto ng supreme being. What is the answer? Can you say what? It is an oath. Pero, ano po ba ang tinatanong natin? Tao. Tao ang tinatanong. Now, dahil tao yan, sino po ba ang nanunumpa? Sino ang nanunumpa? A person affirming to his supreme being. Sino ngayon ang nanunumpa? Sino ang nanunumpa? Sino ang nanunumpa? Sino yan? Sino ang nanunumpa? Afayan Delta. Afayan Delta. Kasi kahit naka-highlight ang supreme being, pampalito lamang po ba yan? Yes. Pero tingnan yung pinaka-konsepto ng question. A person affirming to his supreme being ay tatawagin daw natin as what? Afayan. 46. 46. Pasok ang konsepto ng truthfulness. What? Pero ano po ba ang tinatanong natin? Document. Okay? So meron tayong tinatanong na alin? Document. Document ang tinatanong. Now, pwede sana ang jurat. Ang problema, ano ang tinatanong natin? Document. Now, nasaan document ang jurat? Anong document ang meron jurat? It is what kind of a document? The document is called as what? Affidavit. Correct. Okay? Affidavit. Rabo. Okay? Now, 47. Now, pleading. So, ano ang definition ng pleading? Yang po. So, yan po ang tamang definition ng pleading. Pleadings are written statements of facts and defenses of the parties. So, that is how we define a pleading. Now, sa pleading ang reply, sa pleading, merong complaint. Now, ang sagot sa complaint, answer. So this is part of the pleading, not the affidavit. Okay? Dito, may complaint tayo at ang sagot sa complaint, answer. Now, hanggat walang actionable document na ina-attach sa ating answer, walang reply. Okay? So hanggat walang actionable document na inilalagay sa isang answer, walang reply. Pero kung sakali daw na ikaw ay naglagay ngayon ng tinatawag nating actionable document, okay? Ang answer kailangang sagutin ng reply. So kailangan sagutin ngayon ng tinatawag nating reply. At ang sagot naman sa ating reply, tatawagin natin as your rejoinder. Okay? Tatawagin natin as your rejoinder. Okay? So, tingnan. So, ibig sabihin, hanggat walang actionable document, walang reply. Now, sabi ng 3, ang reply, kailangan gawin. Kapag merong actionable document, sa complaint. Saan nga dapat merong actionable document? Saan kailangan merong actionable document? Kailangan matagpuan natin saan? Hindi sa complaint. Saan dapat? Saan dapat? Sa loob ng answer. So, hindi pwede ang 3. Now, bali na rin po ba ang 1? Yes. Kasi sabi ng 1, lahat yan ay tama. Meron na mali. So, hindi na pwede isagot ang 1. Now, so lahat. So, ano sabi natin? The following are true about pleading except. So, anong hinahanap? Yung mali. So, lahat ng merong 2 ay Lahat na merong 2 is tama. Okay? Now, so pasok ang 1, pasok ang 3. Now, pwede mo ba ang bravo? Hindi na pwede. Bakit? Kasi bakit hindi pwede ang bravo? Kasi lahat daw yan ay tama. Maliban kay 1 and 4. Now, yun naman po mang dalawa ang mali. Kasama si 3. Delta. Okay? So, tingnan ha. Tingnan. Sabi ng bravo, lahat yan ay tama. Maliban kanino? Maliban sa tinatawag nating 1 and 4. Okay? So, tinanggal na rin kay bravo ang 3. Eh, mali din po ba si 3? Yes. So, for number 47, that is now delta. Now, kapag meron reklamo, anong ginagamit? Complaint. So, tama ang 1. Now, kailangan daw ba nating sumagot ng answer? Nakalagay? Is it mandatory for answer to answer with an actionable document? No. So dito, pwede kang sumagot ng answer na hindi mo kailangan mag-attach ng actionable document. So hindi po tayo minamandatory na kailangan daw natin sumagot gamit ang answer with an actionable document. Now, 3. So yan ang definition ng actionable document. 4. Rejoiner should answer the reply in spite of lacking actionable document. So, tandaan, kapag merong rejoiner, kailangan sa reply, merong actionable document. So, ibig sabihin pala, sa isang reply, hindi kailangan mag-rejoiner. So, kapag meron na, sabot gamit. Sabot gamit ngayon ang rejoiner. Now, tatlong statements daw ang mali sa mga nauna. Ilan lamang ang mali? Hindi kasama ang number 5. Ilan lamang ang mali? 2. Hindi pwede ang 5. Now, ilan ang kasama? Ilan lang ang tama? Ilan lang ang tumama? Ilan lang ang tumama? Ilan lang ang tumama? It is what? Sa 2, delta. So for number 48, that is now delta. Now, 49. Now, dito, tingnan, dito wala pang reklamo. So kapag ang reklamo nagsisimula pa lamang, so kapag binasa po natin yung scenario dito, wala pang reklamong nangyayari. At dahil wala pang reklamong nangyayari, tandaan, ano po ba yung laging pinakang simula ng isang reklamo? It always starts with what? Laging magsisimula yan gamit ang alin. So kapag binasa natin, wala pang reklamo. At dahil wala pang reklamo, anong gagamitin? Complaint. Okay? So we will be then using what? A complaint for number 49. And for number 50, lahat daw yan ay mali, maliban sa. Lahat yan ay mali, maliban sa. So ang hinahanap, yung tama. Now, statement number 1. Oh, number 1, correct or incorrect? Oh, sumiin natin, lakihan pa natin. Correct o incorrect? Tama o mali? Why? Bakit mali? Why? Why? Because of opinion. So lahat ng merong 1, tanggalin. Kasi ang hinahanap, yun lamang tama. Now, 2. Report writing follows now a systematic format in writing the details such as the arrangement of dates from the beginning to the last date to be included. Now, kailangan po ba nakaayos ang report? Yes. So, pasok lahat ng merong 2. So, lahat ng walang 2, kailangan tanggalin. Now, so ano lang ang pagtatalunan natin? yung numbers of 6. Now, sabi ng 6, apat daw. Mula sa 5, naunang statement ay mali. So, kailangan mo nating maitama. Kailangan mo nating sagutan kasi sabi ng 6, kailangan 4 daw dyan sa mga yan ay mali. At isa lang ang tama. Now, meron tayo ilang mali? Isa. So, kailangan para tama ang 6, mali ang 3, mali ang 4, mali ang 5. Okay? So, para isagot natin ang 2 and 6. Now, is 3 correct? Tama po ba yung 3? Tama po ba yung 3? Tama ba? Hindi daw kailangan ng notarization ng isang affidavit. Hindi ba kailangan? Ha? Kailangan po ba? Kailangan. So, mali ang 3. So, dalawa na. So, kailangan mali pa ang 4, mali ang 5 para tama ang 6. Now, 4. Correct or incorrect? 4. Correct or incorrect? Ha? Correct or incorrect? Correct or incorrect? Ang jurat is about truthfulness. Tama po ba ang jurat is about truthfulness? Ano nakalagay? Ano nakalagay? Ano nakalagay? Deklaran. At kapag deklaran, saan nga ginagamit yan? Saan ginagamit? Ginagamit. Sworn statement. So, mali ang 4. Isa na lang. Now, kapag mali si number 5, we answer Charlie. Pero kapag tama si number 5, we answer now, Echo. Now, killing your illegitimate mother must be counted for a crime of parricide. Anong crime? What is a crime? What is a crime? What is a crime? Parricide. Now, kapag parricide niya ulit, saan ang bilang? Saan tinatanong count? So, saan ang bilang? Saan ang bilang? Okay. So, dahil bilang ang pinag-uusapan and not the record, the crime is counted for what? For murder. So, mali number 5. So, therefore, kung mali ang number 5, ilan daw ang sabi ni 6? 4 sa mga yan sa nauna is what? Mali. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. So, tama po ba si number 6? Yes. So, the answer is what? Sorry. Okay? So, for number 50, the answer now is sorry. Okay? So, for number 50, the answer is Charlie. Okay? So, that concludes our what? Okay? So, that concludes our what? Our rationalization with regard to your technical writing 1 and 2. Okay? So, sagutan nyo naman muna yung ating alin. Okay? Yung ating criminal procedure so that we will rationalize it tomorrow at 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. Okay? So, sagutan ang technical, ang Crim Pro so that we can rationalize it by what? By 8 o'clock in the morning. Okay? So, 8 o'clock 8 o'clock bukas. Okay? Para ma-rationalize natin na mas maaga. Okay? So, thank you so much for participating in our rationalization and see you tomorrow at 8 in the morning. Okay? So, you may rest and you may now take your peace. Okay? Rest and hindi rest in peace. Rest and now have your peace. So, thank you so much. See you tomorrow. Okay? Kita-kita ulit tayo bukas for our rationalization with regard to your criminal procedure.